lows in the upper 30s.
There's a line of
lower 50s tomorrow.
thunderstorms off to our west.
And at least a few showers, especially late day. Thursday looks like the wettest day, with periods of rain, heavy at times. Highs will settle around 50. And then we dry out Friday. It'll be sunny, but windy for Good Friday. High temperatures 50 to 55. From the Edison Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, I'm Chief Meteorologist Dan Zara. In Scott.
Here's what's going on. Moving pretty quick.
Lanes 54, Belmar to 45, base landing also 45. Faster traffic and instant weather every 15 minutes on New Jersey 101.5. New Jersey weather brought to you by Town Appliance, the luxury appliance store in Lakewood, family owned and operated for over 50 years. Town Appliance has small town courtesy with big city know-how. Shop today with a dedicated sales rep at their showroom in Lakewood or from home. Online at townappliance.com.
New Jersey 101.5. Radio station. New York, not Philadelphia. Proud to be New Jersey. New Jersey 101.5.
Net Parks Casino and Sportsbook after Jersey chime time is 6:10. Frighteningly close. we are D&D Deminsky and Doyle. I'm Jeff Deminsky.
I am Bill Doyle.
We spent a good amount of time here and there today talking about the collapse of that bridge. Normally we wouldn't speak of Maryland news, but this was just so big, kind of blotted out the sun. And there's one last part of that. It really isn't about the bridge itself, but it's something that I thought about. They say, as you've been hearing, that a mayday from that ship that lost power and therefore lost its steering went out. And it was because of that mayday from the ship's crew that workers at the bridge were very quickly, best they could anyway, able to get traffic shut down.
Saving lives.
It must have been chaos. I mean, were they literally running out into I don't know yet, but were they literally running out into traffic lanes, waving their arms, screaming right? Yeah, I don't know how they did it, but they say by and large they did. They're still waiting on the exact numbers and everything. They say that after that happened, it was only 90 more seconds, 1.5 minutes before the impact and the actual bridge collapse. 90 seconds. And I started having one of those creepy thoughts, and you can relate this to anything. Did you ever have in your life either something, well, if you're able to talk about it, it would be something that maybe spared you? Or did you ever hear a story about something that actually went the other way and cost somebody dearly? Let me give you the example of what I was thinking with this bridge. Somebody is approaching that bridge. Now it's almost 1:30 in the morning. There's not a lot of cars out. But they're behind somebody, say, in a right lane, and they're not going as fast as they would like. And the driver was just about to, before they get to the bridge, the driver was about to gun it, get over to the left lane, pass the guy, go a little faster. Would have maybe, had he done it, put him 20 seconds deeper. Yeah. And he just decided for whatever reason, and he just stayed behind the slower car. That tiny little nothing of a decision maybe could have meant everything. Because had he done it, let's say he was going to be the first car that those guys stopped. But instead, he was 20 seconds too late, meaning already on the bridge before they came running out to stop. And maybe he was almost to the other end of it by the time the thing hit, whatever. And he didn't make it. And he went over the wall. I'm not saying that happened. It could easily happen. Right. This is an imagined scenario. Don't take this like I'm reciting some news story here. I'm just saying something like that, timing, craziness of how fast after the Mayday that the ship hit, it made me think about those simple twists of fate that we hear about. You heard of from 9/11. One of the classic ones, famous guy who was Seth MacFarlane, right? I believe you might remember the wasn't it that he was in Boston going to get a flight?
And he overslept.
And he missed that flight.
He did.
And he would have been on that flight. He wouldn't be alive. Wow.
And I don't know that it was because he had been drinking. I don't know that at all. I just think it was if I would have had one less beer, I would have gotten up on time.
Right.
Twist of fate like that.
Right. Right. And I'm sure he was maybe actually miffed, either at himself or maybe just, well, come on, you couldn't hold the plane at the gate, or I mean, whatever it was. I don't know how close he cut the flight, but I'm sure he was annoyed at the situation, at least. And then he finds out, oh, this inconvenience actually is the thing that saved my life. And
Saved his life.
wow, I mean, right? So, listen, a lot of these you can't ever really actually... Okay, the Seth MacFarlane one, that was definitive. He would have been gone. A lot of these, you think maybe it would have been gone. Maybe that's right when the tree would have fallen across the car. Had I, taken that phone call before leaving for work, whatever it was.
That's the one that got me hit by the book.
Doesn't want to go too much further.
You're still blaming this guy? no, this is a good
About as
example
far as I'm going.
of it going the other way.
I was getting ready to go to work, and I was literally at the
Moving
door.
fast.
The phone rang. Should I get it? This was before the days that know who it was.
Right.
So I answered the
Listen,
phone.
they're all the way
From,
across the other
asked
side.
me if I wanted to play tennis on Saturday. I was like, oh, yeah.
Long
sure,
line of
yeah,
storms.
Okay. And then I hung up and went on my way. And then on my way to work, I got hit by a car. I was on my motorcycle. And I got hit by a car and broke 3 of my limbs. And I always tell him, if you wouldn't have called me, I would have left earlier and I would have missed that idiot who hit me.
Right. You would have been a minute and a half or
Sounds
so
about to
farther down the
go
road,
away for the evening.
past her. Right. All things being equal. Exactly. Right. And it wouldn't have happened.
crummy day
That's
tomorrow.
the kind of thing I'm talking about. So it doesn't even have to be necessarily life or death. It could be 3 broken limbs and coming to work in a wheelchair for 3 months. Right, that kind of thing.
That's when I found out that our handicapped parking space was on the incline.
Oh my God, they didn't even know that.
Yeah, they never thought about it, so nobody ever used it.
Right.
Until I used it for my wheelchair and hey, don't put this on a
Gusty
hill.
winds.
Wasn't
Story
your
of the
wife
month.
helping you? And then,
She was.
she went to get the
Started
door
losing
and you're like halfway across the lot. And you're like, John, boss, we got a problem. All right, so listen, we want to know, do you have any, I mean, it could be about somebody else, it could be about you, whatever, but simple twists of fate. A story about that. 1-800-283-101.5.
Paul in Wrightstown, you're on New Jersey 101.5.
Hey guys, back in the
that one even
90s,
works.
I was in undersea fiber optic cable, and we had a meeting planned over in France. And we were all going to fly over there. My team, we were in part of the business that we had to have a meeting over there.
Yeah.
And I was tired of flying, and I just kind of didn't want to go. So I said, let's do this one via speakerphone, because we didn't have video conferencing back then. And the next day, the flight we were on was TWA Flight 800 that took off out of JFK and blew up.
Oh, yeah. No, that was going to be your flight.
Either that or the 830 one, but we typically took the 630 flight. We never took the 830. And then sat on the tarmac for like an hour and a half because they thought somebody wasn't on board. There was a baggage problem.
Right.
And the fuel heated up in the center tank on the plane. And because the APUs, the air conditioning was running so hard, it was hot that day. And it sparked inside the tank and it blew up. We would have been on that plane.
Wow. How often do you think about that, Paul?
Whenever I see on air disasters on the Smithsonian Channel.
Yeah, that's just gotta give you goosebumps when you think back on that, man. That
It
decision.
rocked me for a while, yeah, but then I got over it. And it was 96. I mean, that was a long time ago,
Yeah, still, but man, that's exactly the kind of thing we're talking about.
Paul, thanks for sharing your story.
Yeah. All right, so who's got one? Think back. Did you ever have it happen to you or somebody you know?
There's
Some
that
kind of
four
twist
banger
of
up.
fate example. 1-800-283-101.5.
619, here's fast traffic.
Still a closure very bad at Lakewood over by Prospect Street. There was a crash a while ago, knocked down the traffic lights, so the repairs are going on. There's still water main repairs. The water are closing 79 on the northbound side of Beacon Hill Road in towards Tennant Road. Those reported sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment. Shop SummitRacing.com to keep your a truck rolling right. Use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order of $100 or more. Exclusions apply. Offer ends 4/14/24. Turnpike traffic. Westernsburg, north of 16W, back up past the Vince Lombardi service area. Something going on. Also 287 as you get down to 440. That traffic still on the slow side. Leaving New Jersey across the Hudson, the worst of it still appears to be the Holland Tunnel. 10 minutes from 1 and 9. Tom Rivers, New Jersey traffic north.
Jill Myra, New Jersey traffic south. Still very busy at 295, but it is shrinking down a bit. The delay south on 295 goes from exit 30 Warwick Road down to exit 26. We still have all that flooding stuff at the foot of the Walt Whitman Bridge, 130 at the bridge and then through to New Broadway, and then Westville and the Brooklyn Circle area all flooded out at 130 in both directions. And 73 south is still bringing you down from 295 to Church Road. New Jersey fast traffic is every 15 minutes. Next report, 6:33. From the JAG Physical Therapy Traffic Desk, I'm Jill Myra, New Jersey 101.5.
New Jersey 101.5 and Pet Center in Old Bridge are looking for the Garden State's cutest pet. Send us a photo of your very best friend.
Go on to get a fish sandwich. Go on to get a fish sandwich. I can't imagine how busy it would be if things were normal right now. No COVID, no people quitting their jobs. It's normal life. Busy, busy, busy.
Brought to you by Ray Catena Auto Group. Experience the luxury in the 2024 Porsche Macan from Ray Catena Porsche in Edison. Lease for $849 a month for 39 months. $56.88 due at signing to qualified buyers. Tax, licensing, registration extra. Details at RayCatenaPorsche.com. New Jersey 100.
I think they're weakening just a little bit.
was so few and far between. I mean, especially like truly dramatic ones. But we want to hear if anybody else has any stories about a twist of fate. Either that maybe spared you, or maybe it's about somebody else you knew and it cost them dearly. I like your example, Bill, because it doesn't have to necessarily be well in the diving crews. They'll stop to take a phone call on a day many years ago when he got a motorcycle crash. Some idiot just crashed into him from behind. From behind. Oh, yeah, totally her fault, right? But yeah, man, if it weren't for stopping and taking that phone call, it wouldn't have happened, because he would have been like 2 minutes farther down the road. Or maybe I'd have gotten hit by a semi and he did. You never know. Oh, that's like a twist. Oh, maybe saved me from a worse one. Oh, puff, puff, pass, man. My mind is blown. Right? You know, I never thought about that. Maybe he saved my life. Because, like, you can see, that's the beauty of these things. You can't really prove that. What if being 2 minutes down the road, right, would have been the path of the truck? And the 3 broken limbs was the good news, not the bad. That's right. Could have been totally different. Oh, I'm going to have a headache. Oh, my mind is blown right now. Yeah, it's true, though. It's true. All right, but I don't know how many other examples are there. I mean, the first guy, the call we took, he would have been on TWA 800, I believe is what he said. And I don't know what happened there. I have one that it was only told to me, but it's a tragic one. It's where a twist of fate, it ended up being a bad thing, not a good thing. It was a guy that I used to work for in Linden, New Jersey. I worked at this blueprint shop, and his name was Bob, and he told me of a story. I think it was the street where his dad had lived. It was somebody in his dad's neighborhood. But long story short, I get choked up whenever I think about this, especially since I have kids now.
Makes you wonder if the show is bigger than the go. It always seems to be.
It's one of these things where, you know, it takes forever to do things. And he asked him like 3 or 4 times that morning, like, when are you going to get to it? I'll get to it. I'll get to it. One of those things. And finally, like the 4th or 5th time, the dad just like blows up at him. He's like, stop being so blank and lazy. I told you 4 times. Now get out there. And you know, I mean, it was harmless, and I don't blame the dad, but looking back on it, I'm sure it haunted him, because the kid was like, all right. And right then, he got up, he went out, he got the lawnmower, he fired it up, he goes out onto the front lawn, and right then was when a car was speeding, and it went out of control. Came up to the curb, across the sidewalk, and took the kid out and killed him. Killed him. He was a teenager. Killed him. And it was like, if it was 1 minute later or 1 minute sooner, no problem. He would have either seen it, you know. And the poor dad, of course, had to live with that the last conversation he had was scolding him about being lazy. And when he finally listened to him, and he listened to him on the 3rd time, or the 2nd time, wouldn't have happened, you know. So yeah, that one, man. That one was
Somebody very, you know, if the kid was thirsty, and he said, actually, you can go inside and get something to drink. You know what, let me do one more thing. Then we'd be closer to the house, and then boom, you get hit just because of not wanting to get a drink of water.
Right. Again, a twist, like a twist within a twist, you know? 1-800-283-101.5. Do you have an example of this?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, so in 1985, I was pregnant, and I was at the, I don't remember, but Long Branch, there was a pier then. It wasn't like it is now, and there was a haunted mansion on that pier.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah, this is very famous.
Okay,
Yeah.
and it burned down. Well, I was pregnant. I had to go to the
seen any
And
lightning
all of
yet.
a sudden, boom, the entire thing exploded and went on fire. Had I have been in the bathroom 5 seconds longer, I would have been in that explosion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank goodness you had to pee.
And I was pregnant.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was we just sat. I was with a couple of friends, and we just sat on the boardwalk and just watched the fire. It was just surreal. It was surreal because all I kept saying is, I could have been in there. I could have been in there. It was scary.
I thought you were saying the opposite, but you're saying that the place that did catch fire was the place where you ran in to go to the bathroom?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, so you got out just in time.
I got out just in time.
Gotcha. Yeah, I thought it was the other way around, like that peeing saved your life, but getting out of there.
Maybe the other side.
Oh, yeah, no. He
Wow.
was there in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now when a thing like that happens to you, we got to do the news, but real quick, when a thing like that happens to you, like, does that stay with you for years? Do you think about that? Like,
No. You know what?
Really?
Honey, no. I just thought of it now because I'm listening to all the things that,
Yeah.
you're talking about. It did probably for a few months. And then, no, it's not even something I think about.
Wow.
Does your child know how close you came? The one you were pregnant with?
I told her a long time ago. Now she's 36, so it's something she never thinks about. It comes up in some kind of a conversation.
Especially if you told her when she was like still a kid, because kids feel immortal no matter what.
Diane, thanks for your call.
Kids feel somehow like I was a fetus, but I'd have survived. I'd have walked it off. Yeah, somehow. That's how kids are.
All right, so we want to know, does anybody else have any stories of some kind of twist of fate like that? 1-800-283-101.5. This is the Town Square, New Jersey Info and Weather Network.
I'm Chad Robinson, and it's 6:31.
Right around
Wildwood
57,
West man
58
is wanting
degrees.
appeal overturning a conviction for illegally possessing a handgun that he used to shoot himself in the leg. Christopher D'Antonio is serving 5
Let's
years
just
in
stay right
prison,
here
but
and watch
Monday's
this.
appellate decision found the 22-year-old was not given a Miranda warning before he told police that he had accidentally shot himself at his Atlantic City motel room in August 2020. His confession was ruled inadmissible in court. 3 New Jersey men will be running from the bottom of the state to the top of it, 196 miles, to raise money for a nonprofit that was sparked by the Sandy Hook school shooting in 2012. 64-year-old Ray Penny of Boonton says they'll be starting at Cape May Lighthouse in the early morning hours of April 19th.
The hardest part is like at 3 o'clock in the morning when it's dark and you have a headlamp on and you're just trudging. You just have to put one foot in front of the other.
Penny has named the event the New Jersey Kindness Run. He's asking people to perform a random act of kindness. King Charles III is set to make his first public appearance since his cancer diagnosis this weekend. Buckingham Palace announcing the monarch will attend Easter Sunday service at Windsor Castle. He has not made any major public appearances since announcing he was diagnosed with cancer in February. Your New Jersey 101.5 instant weather is next.
Knocking on our doorstep. They're definitely weakening. Maybe it's just a little shower and that's it. Doesn't even look like much. So the show is bigger than the go. Didn't have a lot of sunshine today.
So visit trustpj.com and stay off the ladders.
Now that wind just changes direction just a little bit, that wind would be coming right off the water. Lake Erie. That is a cold wind.